Hi. I can't believe there's somebody here. It's like it's 2:15 in the morning, at least in LA. I can't believe there's somebody here. Hi, Liz, Eliza, and Denise. I appreciate you being here. I really did not expect somebody's going to be here. So hello, everybody. Okay, so why am I going live at this hour? I was going to record a video just to provide people an update on what happened with the injunction case. So today is the first hearing of the injunction case that ADOR filed against New Jeans. So the injunction is actually supposed to um, they're asking the court essentially to to make it clear that the contract between Adore and New Jeans is still valid. And anybody, if the court favors them, then it's going to give Adore better grounds and stronger grounds to sue anybody who will still work with New Jeans directly. If the court favors New Jeans, then it's going to allow New Jeans to work with anybody directly without having to go through a door. So that's what the injunction is for. Now, outside of this, they still have a separate lawsuit that they filed where they're asking the court to further confirm that the contract they have with New Jeans is actually still valid. So there are two cases that they filed against New Jeans. The injunction is just so they can do it really quick to avoid any kind of direct business or avoid anybody doing direct business with New Jeans. So I'm just here actually to provide an update, and I wasn't really going to go live, and I thought like nobody's going to going to watch me. It's like 2:15 in the morning in LA, but I am very very happy to that you guys are here. So I guess I might as well say hi to everybody who's here. Denise, Eliza, Tithoy or Tithai, Zora, BTS Paved the Way. Hello, Caribbean Lady, Kathy Swamp. Hello, Multi-Stan. Oh my God, I'm seeing familiar names. I can't believe you guys are up. Gail, Claire, Madeline, Multi-Stan 95. Twitter is on fire right now. It is on fire. RJ, Zora, Adele, T-Thai, it's you again. Defisto, Me Too, Gail Yap, hello. So those are the ones that said hello. But there seems to be more people, but they're just simply not saying hello. So to everyone who's silent, hi. So Jelma, Gail, I look comfy. It's because it's so cold. So I'm wearing one of those like those things that you wear, but it's actually a blanket. But it's big. It's not a brand partnership, but it's like really big. So it's like a blanket, but you wear it. So because it's so cold today, it's been raining the entire day. 6:15 in Singapore. Okay. This is so shocking that people are actually online. Okay. Jalma Lanas, Senior Per talks a lot. Oh, we have somebody from X Moisar, RJ Birmingham, Florence, Lily, Nikon Lady, Elizabeth, BTS Paved the Way, Gally, Katie, Laura, and Me Too. Cecile, Madeline, Winky, Tanja, Marie, Julie, Defiso. Oh my gosh, just a lot. Laura, Teresa, Natalie, 518 Bear. Hello. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you guys are here. I really didn't expect it. I thought I was just going to talk to myself. As I've said, I was gonna record an update on what happened with the injunction, and I thought, oh, I might as well do it live because I'm going to be using the same platform. So you guys are here. 1 p.m. here, 6:19 in the Philippines. Fabric looks it's very comfy. It's actually rarely use it because my dog really loves it. So usually he likes lying down here on here using this like as a I don't know, like a bed or something. His blankets, basically his. But today is just so cold. Taguig, hi Taguig. That's where my mom grew up, and I would go there often when I was young, because that's where my grandparents lived. Madeline Stream Sweet Dreams. Yes, please. I can put that as a crawler. I think if I do. Um, Stream Sweet Dreams by J Hope show. Okay. Stream Sweet Dreams. Okay, let me start because I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm hoping it's going to be short, but hi, Charmaine, Elizabeth. But yeah, stream Sweet Dreams. You're part of the 26 minute who, oh, 26 million. Of course. I was live tweeting it the entire time. I was with him in the from the time that he actually started live, but I was already working. So by the time things slowed down a little bit, I started live tweeting everything. And then it was still part of the second live stream that he did, the fan event that he had. I was still there, and of course, I streamed Sweet Dreams when it came out. So, magandang gabi po. Magandang gabi. Bro Mac, hi. First time you caught my live. I guess, well, this is the first time I've done it this late. I did one just as a test. I think it was like 1 a.m., 1 in the morning, but this is the latest I've actually done it. So why don't we start? This is I'm so surprised that you guys are here, but let's start. So today is a hearing, as I've mentioned, of um, the ADOR case. So let me make it this okay. So ADOR filed an injunction asking the court to affirm that their contract with New Jeans is still valid. This is supposed to be okay. So and so outside of this, they have another case, and in that case, they're asking the court to sort of. It's actually kind of the same. It's just that the second one is going to be. It's going to take longer. So if in this injunction, if the court favors New Jeans, then they will be allowed to do business or work directly with anybody. If the court favors ADOR, then anybody who goes directly to New Jeans, then they can actually sue. They have stronger grounds to sue. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so today was the first hearing. There's going to be a second one, but a lot happened. So a lot of people are asking, how did it affect the stocks of HYBE? Not much. So the stock of HYBE started at 249,000 Korean won, and then it ended or it closed at 250. So not a lot of movement. It could be also, as you know, stock prices is very tricky. It's not really grounded on any kind of business performance or company performance. It could just be political. And there's a lot of things. And the economy of Korea is very much affected by the US economy. And so whatever happens in the US economy, it actually affects Korea. So, and you know, there's a lot of things happening in the US. Okay. Okay, so that's one. Nothing really happened. It didn't really affect the stocks of HYBE. So let's start with the first, if this works. Okay, there we go. So I'll just go through the summary of the things that happened. Number one, ADOR emphasized that it isn't true that they ignored or did not treat New Jeans well. In fact, they invested 21 billion Korean won, and they leveraged BTS's name, or they were packaged. New Jeans was packaged as the next BTS. And that is something they usually do not do. According to ADOR, they don't usually do that. They do not allow using the name of BTS or anybody in the same agency. They usually do not do that. But Min Hee-jin insisted. According to them, Min Hee-jin insisted that when they do a write-up, when they do a press release, when they talk about New Jeans, they be packaged as the next BTS or the sister group of BTS. So, two things. They were allowed to use the name of BTS, something that HYBE doesn't usually do, and the huge investment that HYBE actually put into New Jeans. All right. So, as the first point, New Jeans However, on the other hand, accused HYBE of discrimination. Nugent said that HYBE favored Le Seraphim. They prioritized Le Seraphim over New Jeans, despite originally branding New Jeans as HYBE's first girl group. So this is still based on their original complaint that HYBE was supposed to debut them first before Le Seraphim. Um, Also, HYBE allegedly, according to New Jeans, they neglected New Jeans for months without while preparing for Le Seraphim's debut. So two things. That's one, that they insisted that they broke the promise. HYBE broke the promise of to ADOR that they will be the first girl group of HYBE. Second is that there was supposed to be a brand ambassadorship. It was initially meant for Yein, but it was redirected to Le Seraphim. What they were talking about is actually Louis Vuitton. Okay, so they're insisting, as you know, Louis Vuitton became the partner of Le Seraphim. So Le Seraphim became the brand partner of Louis Vuitton. Now, what they're saying is that it was supposed to be for Yein, but HYBE gave it to Le Seraphim, which for them is a sign that HYBE is favoring Le Seraphim. Now, Source Music released a statement. It may be a little too small for you, but in this statement, they're saying that it is not true, that Le Seraphim was not favored in any way, and the brand partnership of Louis Vuitton and Le Seraphim actually started with Sakura, because Sakura was already a partner of of Louis Vuitton way before she became a member of Le Seraphim. So she's a long-term brand partner of Louis Vuitton. In fact, this is her photo on the cover of Harper's Bazaar magazine in Japan, and this was taken 2022 September. And then she had another one way earlier, which was posted on Instagram. So this is her with a Louis Vuitton bag, and this is a brand partnership, and this is July of 2022. So obviously, she has been a long term, and even before this, even before she actually joined, she's been a popular idol in Japan. Then after that, she actually joined IZ*ONE, and if you go to Japan, everybody knows Sakura. So it's not surprising that she has had a long term partnership with Louis Vuitton. And also, for 20, I think this is for 2023, she was actually the most successful Louis Vuitton brand partner. Across all the brand partners of Louis Vuitton, she's actually the most successful. She pulls in the most social media influence. Hi, Ran. Okay. Um, all right. So also, according to the dispatch, so that is how Source Music disputed the claim that HYBE was favoring Le Seraphim. Now, about the claim that that HYBE ignored them for months, favoring to launch Le Seraphim ahead of them, even though HYBE promised Min Hee-jin that New Jeans is going to be the first girl group of HYBE. So, if you would remember, published a report saying that proving that the delay of the launch or the debut of New Jeans was because of Min Hee Jin's delay and eventual desire to put up her own label, and she decided to take the members of New Jeans with her. So the original plan, this is the report, in this report of dispatch, in the original plan, her role was actually a branding director, and she was going to take care of the branding of New Jeans. So New Jeans at that time was training under Source Music. However, she kept on delaying things. So whenever she was asked, can we meet? Can you present to us the brand plan, the visuals, aesthetics, and all of those things? She would keep on delaying it. She would say, next week, I'm busy. I'm going to do it next week. And she delayed the meeting 4 times until, where is that? Until it was actually the founder of So this is the source music people that were following up with Min Hee Jin when they can meet so that they can talk about the branding document. Until and she kept on delaying it. She delayed it for a month. So for four times in a month, she kept on delaying it the next week, the next week, the next week, until it was the CEO of Source Music who directly texted her asking for the brand document. And then apparently, she was, So Sung Jin is the name of the CEO. She was consulting the shaman, asking the shaman what she can do because she wants to, instead of working for Hybe, she wanted to put up her own label and take the trainees with her. So the shaman actually told her that you shouldn't put your own money. Don't use your own money. Stay with Hybe and let Hybe shoulder the cost. And it's going to be a sweat equity for you, meaning it's your skills that you will use so that you can own part of the company. That was the advice of the shaman. So and then she asked the shaman to make sure that Bang Shiuk is out of the way or is not going to be directly involved. The shaman said, "Yeah, I can get it done." All of those things. So eventually, she put up a door, and then So Sung Jin of Source Music lost all of his trainees, and that's why they were forced to um, launch or debut Le Seraphim. Now, in this report, Min Hee Jin insisted that she was delaying the debut of New Jeans. And so Source Music couldn't wait already. And so Source Music told her that we've already signed Sakura and Shewon, both from IZ1, and they are both very, very popular. We have So Source Music said we've already signed them. So if you don't wanna launch your own girl group, then we're going to go ahead and launch ours. So the shaman advised her to use that as a leverage. Like tell them, use that against Bang Shiyuk so that he moves out of your way completely. Tell them that if you can't, you promise me that you're going to launch my own girl group first. If you can't fulfill that promise, then I'm going to do whatever it is that I want, which she did. She was given full autonomy to run ADOR, however way she wanted. Okay, so now let's go back. Okay, so that's how they refuted the shaman. Bangtan mom said shaman is actually cacao. It could be. The shaman is actually gone. They can't find her, so or him. So the original plan was for New Jeans to debut last quarter of 2021, and then Le Seraphim to debut first quarter of 2022. And because of all the delays, then that's what happened, because Min Hee Jin kept on delaying things. Source Music couldn't wait, and so Source Music said, "We're gonna go ahead and launch Le Seraphim, and you can launch yours anytime you want to launch it." Okay. All right. So next thing that happened, um, Donnie Yatsu said, "All this over one ambassadorship for the entire Le Seraphim group. Meanwhile, each New Jeans member is an ambassador for at least one brand. The entitlement." Yeah, they have a lot of brand partnership. So another thing New Jeans said, Hybe tried to damage their reputation. And they said that Hybe blocked New Jeans from wearing a memorial ribbon. So remember the Jeju air tragedy in Japan when the plane crashed? So they had a performance just a day or two after. So the groups, New Jeans, wanted to wear a black ribbon to sort of show that they are mourning what happened. So New Jeans claimed that Hybe didn't want them to wear the ribbon. That's what they said. So they blocked um, New Jeans from actually wearing a ribbon, and they insisted. It's only after they insisted that they were allowed to wear the ribbon. They also claim that HYBE intentionally leaked a distorted version of the music industry report to damage their reputation. So, if you would remember, there's this big controversy over the music industry report. And they said that in that industry report, they were being called names and that HYBE actually planned on replacing them. Okay. So, HYBE actually clarified. Give me 1 second to turn the. Okay. Um, HYBE released a statement regarding that ribbon. So HYBE said that what happened is that they had to verify with the TV stations in Japan and Korea if they will be allowed to ask all of their groups, not just New Jeans, but all of the groups under HYBE to wear a ribbon. So, of course, there were processes like the spills, all of those things. After that, once they got the go signal, they told New Jeans, okay, you're allowed to wear the ribbon. And so Hybe gave them a ribbon to wear. But New Jeans didn't want to use that ribbon. They made their own. So Hani created her own. And they said, okay, we want to use this ribbon. So Hybe told them, okay, go ahead and use that ribbon. So all right. So they performed with the ribbon. That's how Hybe refuted that. Next, the industry report. So Hybe said that the industry report was leaked October 2024. Um, in that report, there was a statement saying, "Let's throw away Noir." Noir apparently is the code name that the industry uses for New Jeans Isle et Le Seraphim. So it's not just them, and it's the industry saying that, like, make sure that those three groups are thrown away, like trash them because they're under Hybe. So New Jeans, however, took this to as an indication that Hybe actually planned on discarding them. And so Hybe said, no, that wasn't us. It was in the report because it is what is being disseminated by other people in the media. Now, ADOR said Min Hee Jin was the one who leaked and distorted the music industry report. So they said that. They said that music industry report was actually leaked by Min Hee Jin. Um, and that's why, and now she's making it appear as if it is actually worse than it is. It's just a report. We get the feedback of the market on a monthly basis, and quarterly, and then we distribute it to everybody, the CEOs, all of those people. Now, so they clarify that the noir is actually an industry term, not their own terminology. Hybe and Adore also stated that their original report was written May 2023, and this was way before Isle It debuted. They people knew already that they were going to debut because they came from a reality show, Are You Next, but they haven't debuted yet. Okay. Also, they said that this document was actually previously reviewed already by Adore executives, including Min Hee-jin, and they never objected. So they're asking, like, why now? Why are you objecting now when you've had that document a long time ago? Why did you not raise any issue or any concern when you first got the document? Um, Now, another accusation, Nugent's accused Hybe of jealousy and discrimination. But Adore refuted this claim, and they said that Hybe was actually offering special support to Nugent's and to Adore, who was being led by Min Hee-jin at that time. In fact, they revealed that Hybe's chairman, Bang Shi-yuk, sent an email January 2024. So last year, January 2024, in which he offered to connect New Jeans with top tier American producers. So, everyone is after Grammy Award winning producer and whatever. And Bang Shi-yuk has been stationed in the US for quite a while. He's trying to build Hybe together with Scooter Braun in America. And so he's getting introduced with different producers. And so he emailed Min Hee-jin telling her that I've met several producers. Some of them are already interested to work with New Jeans. Let's get connected. Okay. But she didn't pay attention to that. Okay. This is just a repeat. Give me 1 second. is so slow. Okay, the email read, so this is the email of Bang Shiyuk. It read, as I have spent a long time in the, of course, translated, as I have spent a long time in the United States, I have had the opportunity to interact with many top tier producers. Some of them are interested in working with New Jeans. How can we best connect them? So this is the actual email, and this contradicts New Jeans' claims that HYBE was working against them. He was trying to get them connected with a producer. Okay. And this is the email. These are the emails sent by Bang Shiyuk to Min Hee-jin and the dates. So it is not true that he's not giving them any special attention. Also, ADOR accuses Min Hee-jin of tampering. ADOR claimed that Min Hee-jin orchestrated the New Jeans' actions and manipulated the evidence. So what happened? This is referring to Min Hee-jin. So what happened was that Min Hee-jin requested for the brand plan. Okay. She requested for the brand a copy of the brand plan of Isle It. So she was given a copy of the brand plan of Isle It. And then after that, she distributed the brand plan of New Jeans. And then later on, so the brand plan of Isle It was distributed first, or she not really distributed, but she asked for it. After she got a copy of it, she distributed the brand plan of New Jeans. And then later on, she's telling people that Source Music, sorry, B Lift Lab copied the brand plan of New Jeans. And she's saying they have a copy of the brand plan of New Jeans. So I can prove to you that they copied the brand plan of New Jeans because they have a copy of it. So they know what's in it. Now later on, the speculation. So later on, B Lift Lab and HYBE actually clarified the timeline. They said that she asked for a copy of the brand plan of Isle It, and then she distributed the brand plan of New Jeans, and the brand plan of New Jeans contained similar words of to the brand plan of Isle It. So that's what they're referring to when they said she's tampering and that she manipulated evidence to make it appear as if they're copying Isle It is copying New Jeans. In fact, she manipulated it. Okay. Now, the current CEO of Adore also made an emotion. So she took the stand and she made an emotional appeal, telling them, and apparently, like she was really sincere, teary eyed, maybe. And she said, I really want to work with you. Like, I want you to come back and I want you to work with me. And according to reports by several publications like Star Magazine, Chosun Ilbo, just if you go through the their different articles, during this time, apparently the members of New Jeans looked at each other and they were kind of giggling, sort of like disgusted at what they were seeing or something like that. So that's not a good thing, actually. The judge also pays attention to the expression of witnesses. Okay. Adore also presented. So remember, New Jeans made this whole issue, this whole thing. My God, there's a lot of people here. I did not imagine that there's going to be a lot of people watching me at 3 a.m. Okay. So if you would remember, another huge thing that happened is that Hani accused the manager and Eyelit of not greeting her politely when they saw each other somewhere in High building, and she actually went to the National Assembly to talk about it. Now, HYBE apparently kept the video and they released it, proving that the members of ILIT actually bowed to her and to Daniel. Okay, so here is the video. So this is kind of like, this is fast, but so these two that are exiting, these three that are exiting the elevator, these are members of Aisle It. If you would notice, they bowed twice. The first bow was actually for Hani, and this is Hani sitting down. So if you see that guy standing there, in front of him, because his back is to the camera, in front of him is Hanny sitting down, sitting on a chair. So they bowed to her first because they bowed twice. And then this girl that is wearing a jersey, blue jersey top, That's Daniel. So they bowed the second time to her. Okay. So this refutes what they were claiming, that the members of Isle It were asked not to pay attention to them. Okay. All right. Another thing that they are saying is that originally Hani didn't really make a big deal out of that entire situation, and in fact found it funny. In her exchange, her Kakao Talk message exchange with Min Hee Jin, she said she just found it funny. And then Min Hee Jin asked, did the manager ask the members of File It to ignore you? And she said, I wasn't sure. And this is the entire conversation translated. This is the original in Hangul, and then this is the English translation of the entire thing. And so she was like, so Min Hee Jin was insisting, did they ask her, did the manager ask the girls to ignore you or something like that? Insisted. So she sort of was pushing the issue. Okay, so this text message was released. It was provided to the court during the injunction. Okay. Next, ADOR showed. So yeah, so that was it. The Kakao Talk message between Min Hee Jin and Hani. They showed it to the court. Okay, sorry, it's really slow. Okay. Next, after this incident, so they revealed it in court after, everything is done. The hearing for the day is done. Hani posted a message on the new IG account of New Jeans, the one that they created. And in that IG account, this is it. It's a story. And this is the entire thing that she said. She said, I remember everything exactly, and I wanted to say it in the court earlier, but I held it in. How can you take one part of a conversation and shift the meaning of it to benefit your point? If view when I was point of view when I was the one that wrote that message, whilst you present yourself as a company that wants the best for us. Please stop bothering me, adore, and hide. I have, and then in the next story, the next page, she said, I have a lot to say, but I've been holding back simply because I don't see the need to have to escalate this issue any bigger than it already is. But if you think you have the audacity to make even more false assumptions about us than you already have, then I won't stay quiet. She should actually say what actually happened, like her side of the story. She should say it in court. She shouldn't let it slip in a courtroom. You don't just let things slip. Don't let things go in a case like this. Okay, another thing, New Jeans accused Isle It of plagiarism in choreography, handbook concept, and branding. So they presented in court, they presented um, their popular um, their popular dance step in attention, and then they put it side by side the choreography of Isle It. And then they also presented photos of them wearing hanbok and ILIT members wearing hanbok hairstyles and all of those things. And they said that, look, it's so similar, you will not be able to tell it apart. So they presented all of that. And then they said that industry experts agree with them that it's too similar. So therefore, ILIT plagiarized them. That's what they claim. Okay. During their closing argument, Yein and Hani actually spoke and they cried. And Yein said that um, she used to trust Adore, but the leadership and the staff of Adore already changed, and this is not the same team anymore, and this team does not care for them. She claimed that her concerns were dismissed. So they're not like, as an artist at Adore, my future feels bleak and uncertain if this is the team that's going to be taking over Adore. Daniel, sorry, it's Daniel that spoke, not Hani. So Daniel also cried and said that we trusted Adore's managers, our CEO, and our stylist, but they're all gone. and we have no one left to rely on. And she emphasized that no matter what the outcome is, I have absolutely no desire to be with Adore. They also stated that that New Jeans is not five, it's actually six, and the sixth member is Min Hee Jin, and they want to continue working with her. And that is the conclusion of everything. So that is the whole point why I wanted to go online, just because I wanted to give you guys a summary of what happened. So right now, Adore and Hybe didn't talk to the media after. They are I'm gonna show you the law firm that they hired for this is the number one law firm in South Korea, and then the ones that are representing the New Jeans, they're actually the number two law firm in South Korea. So yeah, so that's what happened. We're going to see what will happen after this. But I think one thing that I'm happy about is that Army was so focused with Hobie. For so there weren't really a lot of mention because we were so occupied with everything that was happening. He was doing live stream from 6 a.m. all the way until like 6:30. He ended up with 26.9 million views at the end of his live stream, and then went on a live stream again, and then premiered his single. So there were a lot going on. So I'm just happy that there weren't a lot of like back and forth in terms of fan wars and whatever, because Army was actually busy. Okay. Me Too said, thank you for doing this soon. I can't believe I'm actually awake right now. I can't believe I'm awake right now. But the text message is clear, right? The text message is clear. If you're referring to the text message of her stating that, um, okay, 1 second. So here, I don't know if you can see it well, but let me see. So it says, give me 1 second. So it says manager. So this is Min Hee Jin. The four of them came out of the styling room again, and I heard the sound of the door opening. Oh, sorry. This is Hanny talking. The four of them came out of the styling room again, and I heard the sound of the door opening. After that, I heard that manager telling them to ignore her and pretend I'm not there. I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like that. And so she continued, like, telling Min Hee-jin the story. And then Min Hee-jin said, ignore her, this. So she was clarifying, like, this what she said? And then she said, and then Hanny responded, just we didn't really need to do that among ourselves, meaning the bowing. But when the manager said that, it felt a bit off personally. And then Min Hee-jin clarified, were they audible? Like, can you hear them clearly? Did they say it out loud enough for you to hear? And she said, did all of the members of ILIT ignore you? So the manager, Min Hee-jin said, did the manager tell them not to respond to your greeting? And Hani said, one member kind of awkwardly greeted me and avoided my gaze. And one last member did greet me, but it felt like they were really cautious about it. I'm not sure. That's what she said. So it's clear that she's not sure and that she wasn't really paying, like, it wasn't a big deal for her. It was like she even said that among ourselves we don't have to do that, like the bowing. So yeah. But when will the court rule on the injunction case? It's not yet clear how many more hearings. So the next step would be for them to wait as to when the second hearing is going to be, if at all. It is possible for the judge to say, I need another hearing, or there is more evidence, or whatever, or he can make a decision. So it's not really clear yet, but usually an injunction is faster. It's usually faster. If you would remember the injunction case of the one that Min Hee-jin filed against ADOR and against HYBE, it was like over in less than a month. So there was a hearing, and then after that, the judge said, okay, I'm going to give you more time to give me more pieces of evidence. And then after that, I need like 1 week or 2 weeks for me to reach a decision. So it's usually less than a month for an injunction. And how on earth is a missed response to a greeting even relevant? One of the things that Hybe actually mentioned in the injunction is that none of the remember me, Nugents came up with a list of demands, and then a list of things that that Hybe apparently did not give them. Like, these are the requests, and Hybe didn't give it to them. Hybe said that none of those things is actually grounds for termination of a contract. um, Miranda said Min Hee-jin is the sixth member, yet she's conveniently missing from the hearing. Yeah, I think that's one of the many things that people on X, on other social media, Instagram, Facebook, different forums are mentioning, is that it was her who started all of this, and then it's just the five girls that are actually in this mess because it's their job that's on the line. They're the ones that are suing, that are getting sued by ADOR. So it's like, you started this, you should be here, but no, she's not. She's very, very quiet. Is it today? Also the impeachment court. So the impeachment court, so the court for this is South Korea. So the court said that they are going to allow the former president, the one that was impeached, to be set free. So right now he's actually detained, but he will be allowed out. But the prosecutor can actually appeal that decision. So yes, the impeachment court is today, and also the case of Min Hee-jin versus B Lift Lab, that is also today. So three big things happening. Lynn said, "Can't believe I'm here. New Jeans has become so irrelevant with Hobie activities." I know. I'm so proud of Hobie. Um, so there's so many things that I noticed in that 12 and a half hours of live stream from Hobie. One is that he's so comfortable with he felt secured enough to actually sleep, to shower. Of course, we were outside the shower area, but like all of those things he did, like he was with us with no makeup, and he was like yawning in front of us. He didn't care. So he was just comfortable. He was comfortable enough to do that. And I think um I kind of feel proud that he knew we know we're not going to cross the line with him. Like he knows that and felt safe enough for him to do all of that. Second is that they are so close with their staff members. So the staff that they had, um, they've been they've been with them. They've been working with them for years. So for the makeup team that they had, they've been working with them for 12 years. And this team actually flies with them and all. That's why they were so close. If you would notice his interaction with the staff members, they're like, he's so affectionate towards them. And then the hairstylist, this is the same hairstylist that cut the hair of of Jungkook when he was going to enter the military. Remember, he actually published a video where he was actually taking his he was cutting his hair. So that guy is the same guy that they've been working with for 10 years now, and he's still working with them. So in my Patreon, I'm going to publish an interview with, I did not interview him. Somebody else interviewed the makeup artist, the hairstylist, and he provided like insights on how it actually happens, the decision making and stuff like that. So, but though these people that they've been working with for 10 years, it only goes to show just how loyal BTS is, just how loyal Bang Shiuk is. Like, they are good to people who are good to them. Um, the one that cried, yes, that one, the one that cried. So it's the same guy. So he was talking about, like, when he started with BTS, he didn't even have his own salon. He didn't have his own shop, his own store. So when he had to bleach the hair of RM, if you would remember in their first, was it No More Dream? I can't remember, Danger maybe, when his hair was bleached. So when he had to bleach the hair of RM, and also for Bang Shiyuk to trust him, even though he was like a new hairstylist at that time, he had to bring all of his items, like his materials, on set, and he colored the hair of Namjoon on set. And so because they didn't have hot water, because the shoot was outside, they didn't have hot water, they used the public restroom, and he had to wash the hair of RM with cold water. And to this day, to date, hi Safinai. So he said that to date, he's on Twitch, or she's on Twitch. RM still wonders, like, how did I survive that? Like, there was no warm water. They were washing his hair with cold water. But now he's a big guy. I mean, he has a big salon now. But when it is BTS, he's still the one that goes to style their hair, and he does travel with BTS. So he discussed in that interview, which I will be publishing in my Patreon tomorrow. He talked about like the principles on how he styled the hair of Jungkook in his solo era when he promoted Seven, Standing Next to You, all of that. Like, it's such an insightful interview because he discussed like the mere fact that Jungkook was actually not going to, like, he was going to go shirtless a lot. So a lot of the aesthetics was going to rely on the hair. So he had to be playful about it. Um I think that hairstylist was the one who dragged fetus Jungkook in the chair. That one video. I don't know that video. Hobie's comfort. What is that video? Hobie's comfort is high as his confidence. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uni, who won today's injunction. Can New Jeans do brand deals and release music or not? And the decision isn't in yet. So no one will have to wait for the decision. Um, there's a response letter from ADOR. Yeah, so I discussed the response letter. So they responded to several things. They responded to Source Music responded to that accusation that HYBE took away one of their brand deals to give it to Lesser of Him. That they were talking about. The Source Music said that that's actually referring to Louis Vuitton, and that it is not true that they stole it or that HYBE took it away from them, because Sakura has been a partner of Louis Vuitton even before all this brand deal started. Even before she joined the Seraphim, she was already a brand ambassador of Louis Vuitton. So that's where it came from. That's one of the clarifications that they did. And the second clarification that they released is about the ribbon. So Nujin said that HYBE did not allow them to wear a ribbon as a sign of mourning to the plane that crashed, the Jeju airplane that crashed. And so Adore responded and said, no, we just wanted to make sure, check with the stations and whatever. After they got the approval, then they told New Jeans, along with other groups under HYBE, that they can wear a ribbon, and they were actually providing a ribbon. But New Jeans did not want to use the ribbon that HYBE was providing, and they wanted to use their own, which was created by Hani. So HYBE said, okay, if that's what you want to use, go ahead. Okay. Um, New Jeans should learn from Bangtan and learn to humble themselves. Their fame got into their heads, self-entitlement at their finest. Uh, Blue Flame said, Blue Flame, hi. So I'm assuming that you are a Lesser of Him fan. Hello. I just became an official member of Lesser of Him's fan club last month. And yeah, last month. So, and they complain. I mean, I've been a fan of Lesser of Him for a long time, but now I'm actually a paying member of Lesser of Him fan club in the US. And they complain that Hype favored them. Um, when will the final decision come? The court hasn't said yet. So usually the court will give both parties enough time to submit any additional evidence, and that's usually 1 to 2 weeks. After that, the court will take a week or two to make a decision. So that is if the court decides that they do not need another hearing. So if they don't need another hearing, so we're probably looking at about a month before the decision happens. Um, okay. Why New Jeans go out in the courtroom happily? Is it true that they will win this battle? I'm just curious. Anything can happen, quite honestly. I mean, yesterday, was it yesterday? I was actually very, very disappointed with this one case where um, Tail, the member of NCT, admitted to raping somebody, and he wasn't even detained. And if you would remember the Burning Sun scandal, the the guilty men were just sentenced to 18 months. I mean, they were drugging and giving away women, and they got 18 months. And I feel like that should be 25 to life. What my point is that the court isn't always fair. Like, obviously, because if they're fair, then those guys should be jailed. But then again, you know, you have to be a little logical about it. If you're just going to be a little logical about it, the court can't afford to just say, okay, just throw away the contract, because that's going to discourage other investors from coming into South Korea to invest in the entertainment industry, because they're going to think, well, if it is that easy for anybody to break their contract with me meaning an investor, then why invest there? My interest is not going to be taken care of. Okay. Korea has a huge problem with sex crime. True, they do have a huge problem with with sex crime. um, yeah. Okay. So, do you think? Okay, RJ, do you think that with other associations speaking out will affect the decision? Um, do do I think them speaking out will affect? I don't know if them speaking out will affect it. It shouldn't affect the court. The court has to stick with the law. That is the ideal scenario. That there shouldn't have to be any kind of prompting or any kind of influence. The court, ideally, in an ideal world, they will just rely on the law to make a decision. And the regulations are clear that you can't just terminate unilaterally a contract without enough basis for it. So, however, as I've just mentioned, the court isn't always fair, because if they are, then men that are raping women, or just people that are abusing other people, regardless of the gender, should be going to jail for longer. But it's like 18 months for drugging women and giving them away. You got 18 months. That is not fair. So, we're just gonna have to trust that they follow the law. If they do, then then they will say that the contract is still valid, and that if they want to get out of the contract, then they have to follow the procedures set on the contract. um okay. Was MHJ in court today? Nope, she was not. Korea is pretty sexist if you think about it. A lot of excuses are convenient made in favor of men. Okay. Um, at least sex crimes brought to court. There are countries that sex crimes are just ignored. True. That is true. That is true. When will the injunction be decided? We don't know yet. The court has not. So, again, usually the procedure is the court is going to give both parties additional time, a week or two, to submit additional evidence, pieces of evidence, after which the court takes about a week or two to review and make a decision. So if that is the time, if they will stick to that usual time frame, then it's about a month. But the court can also say, I need another hearing. That can also happen. Um, Vihart said the fact that Hani was able to conjure up tears during the National Assembly for a lie is honestly the most jarring part for me. Yeah, that National Assembly thing is not so crazy for me. What can you say about Adore CEO said she wanted to work with New Jeans, but the girls looked at each other and wanted to laugh in court? Um, they shouldn't actually, the judges, and if there is a in this case there isn't any jury, but usually the judge and the jury looks at those things, or look at those things. So as much as possible they shouldn't be showing emotions. It's going to be, that's going to, like, for, if you're a judge, you're like, do you not take my court seriously? What are you laughing about? But also, I think a huge part of what the CEO was doing is to just make it very, very clear that the CEO of the current CEO of Adore, I think what she's doing is just that making it very, very clear that they want to continue working with New Jeans. That is the point. That is what they want to happen. They want to make it clear and show the court that they have done everything that they could to be able to continue working with Adore. It's kind of like a CYA, cover your ass. You want to make it very obvious to everybody else that you are doing your best and you're doing everything that you could so that you can continue working with Adore, with continue working with the talent. They want the judge to see that. So I think part of it, her actually appealing to the girls, saying I want to work with you, is part of that, is that she wants to make sure that the judge sees her efforts, their meaning Adore and Hybe, their efforts to try and continue working with the girls. Do you think do you think New Jeans will still release their new song regardless of still in a court case? I think they're going to release the song. I think as I've said, most likely the decision is going to come in a month, and that gives them enough time to actually release the song. So yes, I do think that they will release the song. Adore Hybe, okay. Adore Miranda said Adore and Hybe know what they're doing. They could have released that CCTV that CCTV months ago to turn that public against Hani, but kept it for the court. True. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, they, because there was this impression that, like, for some reason there was an impression that that CCTV was lost. And then they brought it out and was like, oh, it's still there. So yeah, they know what they're doing. And even that text message, that Kakao message exchange between Min Heejin and Hani, it was totally unexpected. They didn't know that they have it. So yeah, they know what they're doing. I mean, it's the number one law firm in the country. So 90 degrees is common to anyone older. Yes, 90 degrees is common to anyone senior and older. I'm going to open my water. So, this is one of the things I have in common with Hobie. I like carbonated water. He does too. He revealed that in the show I Live Alone. I don't know if you've seen it, but he likes carbonated water, and so do I. Okay. Eyelet deserves a major apology from New Jeans. I'm mad and disappointed. Eyelet deserves an apology from the entire industry and different media publications. So, after everything that they have gone through, I was just looking at them. I was watching their performance and realized that they're so young and they were forced to grow up so fast. And you know that I don't have a biological daughter, but I did help raise. She's now a grown up, so she's not a baby, but I always look at her as a baby. And it would have broken my heart had she been forced to grow up so fast. It would have broken my heart. And that's what's happening with Eyelet. They are being forced to grow up really, really fast. Okay. I think complex con should happen. That way, Adore will use it as evidence for tempering. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's going to happen regardless. And as I've said, I think once the decision comes in, then people are going to, then they can sue. They can actually sue. Please like the video. Please like the video. Please follow me on X if you do have an X. Asian EAC. Follow me on IG. I am Fairlane. I'm going to start uploading content there. And also join us on Patreon if you search Patreon Asian EAC. Also, we're about to launch the website of Asian EAC. So I hope that you wait for that. So please like the video. There's like 1,000 people. That is amazing for something that I didn't even plan. I don't know if all of that. I wonder if I can actually see how many people are tuning in one. No, I can't. Okay. Okay. Didn't Hanny say she wasn't sure what was said, and MHJ was leading the witness, so to speak? Yes. So I published a. Let me see if I can catch it. So I published um the exchange, the Kakao Talk message. So yes, Hani said she wasn't sure here, and this is yellow is Minhijin. She was like, ignore her. That is that what she said? That was like what she was asking. And then she was like, I'm not even sure if among us we need to do that. Bowing. She was talking about bowing. But when the manager said that, it felt a little bit off personally. So yeah, she was sort of leading Hani. Um, it was like she blew it out of proportion. Is the point? Is it true that the ILIT manager quit her job and sought out therapy after being doxxed, harassed by bunnies? I've heard of that. I don't think but there is no confirmation. I've heard somebody just like spreading it, but I don't know. Like nobody confirmed. So I can't confirm because nobody confirmed. How much influence you think the press con of Five Music Producers Association on the injunction decision? How much influence do I think? Well, first, it shouldn't influence the court. The court should follow the regulations and the laws. So, in an ideal world, it shouldn't matter. In an ideal world, how big of an influence it is, it's going to emphasize the importance of protecting investors. If I am the one investing money in the entertainment industry, I want to make sure that my interest as a businessman, as an investor, is taken care of. Now, if I invest in a group and the group can just unilaterally, so easily uh, terminate the contract, that's not protection for me. So it's going to discourage me from going into a country or in a business that will not protect me. I mean, there's no lack of business opportunities in the world. So if I'm the investor, why am I going to go to a country or an industry where my interest as an investor is not protected? So that conference, that press conference, is going to provide people a wider perspective. It's supposed to sort of emphasize to the judge the importance of looking at the business side of things. Bye, Navdeep. Bye. Thank you for joining us. Um, Sakura Kaliko, three members, Yuna, Mocha, and Minju, are my age. My God, you're so young. You are so young. Do you know, Vi Hart, do you know how the Korea side of this is receiving this court hearing? Like, what do they think? The initial comment is that they really are done. They're so done with with this. Like, they're just so pissed and they don't care anymore. That's the like prevailing sentiment. But of course, if you go to websites, we now know that they're actually, SM is paying, people online to do reverse viral marketing against Hybe. So there are certain websites and forums that if you go there, then it's going to highly favor the girls, the new jeans or Minhijin. So, but the prevailing sentiment is that they're just they're just done with it. It's not like they're angry, they don't really care about it anymore. What is your opinion about Source Music and NG's lawsuit, just in case Source Music will file a lawsuit against New Jeans? The it all so I have an interview with a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer. I'm going to air it this Monday. It's actually one of the things that we discussed. Like, what when do you know that someone can actually be guilty of defamation? And it all depends. To what he said is that it really all boils down to damages. So if for as long as B Lift Lab and Source Music can really prove that that Le Seraphim, I'll It, or other groups actually took a hit financially and economically, then that's defamation. You have a stronger chance of actually proving defamation. Now, Lift Lab did mention that Pocari actually dropped, they did not renew the contract of Wani. So they got Wani as a brand ambassador, but they didn't renew her contract because of this entire case, because of the bunnies trying to harass them. And so that is a very, very strong evidence. Now, if they have a lot of those kind of pieces of evidence, then they have a good chance of actually winning the case against Minhijin. Okay. Do you know what happened in the Vicha KG court case? I also asked the lawyer that, but there is no development yet. It's probably going to take a little longer. But I did ask the lawyer about that case. So a spoiler is that a contract can actually be like, just because certain provisions in a contract may be deleted doesn't mean that the entire contract is invalid. That's it. That's his answer. That's the spoiler. But just watch the interview. It's so interesting. I want to have him back on the show. Is Source Music going to sue MHJ, the girls, or their lawyers? I think they've already sued her. I'm pretty sure they have. I'm pretty sure that they have already sued her. These girls think if they cry and act like babies, the court will actually feel sorry for them. I still very, very much really want the best for them. I hope that they come out of this. I hope that, I mean, I I don't see a world, quite honestly. I don't see a world where they will be able to work with ADOR again. I don't see that world. I think the least that can happen, or the best case scenario, is for the court to tell to say that you can work, you can work outside of ADOR. Go ahead and work outside of ADOR. You're just gonna have to pay the termination fee. That's what I think is going to happen. Like, allow them to actually work outside of ADOR. Just, do their own thing. But but it'll have to be that they will be paying the termination fee of their contract, which is what happened with with JYJ TVXQ, when the three members sued SM Entertainment. So I think that's what's going to happen. Like, okay, if you don't want to go back to ADOR, then just pay the termination fee. So for JYJ, because this is such a huge amount, they were allowed to just give SM Entertainment a percentage of their income until they built up, until they complete the payment of their termination fee. So probably that's what's going to happen. And also, like, if you're adored, do you do you want to continue working with, I mean, personally, no. Like, if you don't want to work for my agency, then don't work for my agency. It's just that you're just gonna have to pay the penalty. So, but I'm not a door. So, it's not going to be my decision. But just for me, like, if you don't want to, then don't. Just pay the termination fee. um Lily said, sorry, I'm petty, but I don't want to answer them. Not after what they put Le Seraphim and I'll It through with no remorse. I don't care what happens to them. So the best thing is for us to just support the comeback of Le Seraphim. I'm so excited for this comeback. It's so good. If I don't know if you've heard the trailer, but they did release a trailer like a highlight reel of the songs. They're so good. They are so good. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to their concert here in the US. So I will definitely be watching that. So please support Le Seraphim. Give them a chance, and also, please stream Sweet Dreams by J Hope. Oh, Lilacs. Hi, Lilac. Hi. Lilac said, I agree with Fairlane. I'm going to assume that you're agreeing with me that they shouldn't stay with the door. I feel bad for Yunjin. I know, right? She's such a sweet girl. Yunjin is such a sweet girl. I remember um I remember, was it who was it? Was it Hanny where she went out with Hanny or Daniel? Like they actually went out on a date, the two of them, a friendly date, of course. Like they watched a movie. They watched Barbie, which was at that time I felt like, oh, there's hope. But after that, I feel like, nah, after everything that has happened, I don't think they should stay. They should just pay the penalty and then they can just go on their own. Um Are you doing a lore deep dive on Le Seraphim? Yes, yes, I'm doing that. I'm also going to pay close attention to the lore of Isle It. Honestly, in terms of lore, Isle It's lore is actually more my thing. That's my jam more. That's more my jam. A little dark, um but the Seraphim's lore is also beautiful. So let's see. For now, Twice is still my favorite girl group. They haven't been dethroned. um Bicrocosmos, oh, that is cute. It amazes me how they continue to claim they terminated the contract but are still benefiting off the name of HYBE, ADOR, and their connections. Okay. Why was plagiarism brought up in the case when B-Lift already have a case for plagiarism? I think it was just because they had to present something in court, right? I think, you know, just to make their case thicker. I think that was the reason. They had to make their case thicker. Didi, playlist. Can I use your playlist? Yeah. Playlist where? Apple Music, Amazon Music. I have both. If you are a member of my Patreon, if you go to Patreon, go to collections and useful resources. That's where I keep a list of the of our playlists. So yeah, it's there. You can definitely use it. um Bangtan, my loves, yes, I too agree that they shouldn't continue working. Just pay the penalty and go away. Honestly, from there on, it will be a downward spiral from when they were at Adore under Hype. They have a strong fan base. I think, they will still they will have a solid career. We just don't know how far they can actually expand. Let's stream Sweet Dreams and Le Seraphim. Yes, please. um Someone actually was mentioning, where was that? Adore would also not NJ's back because that their public image is ruined. Apart from toxic talkies, the general public is either done or hate New Jeans. I'm still not understanding why Adore is so soft with them. I have never seen companies being so polite. It's it's not because they want to show the court. They want to make sure that the court sees they're doing everything that they can to make it work. Because the last thing that you want is to give the court any reason to say, well, you're not making enough effort. So I want to cover it. We call it CYA, cover your own ass. Cover your ass. Make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, the court can actually see you're doing everything you could to make sure that it actually works, that this relationship works. Hi, when it comes to lore, you should explore Enhypen. Their webtoon concept trailers, all mind blowing. Everyone keeps on mentioning that to me. I do like dark lore. So I've had several people mention, not everybody, but I've had a lot of people mention you should go and hype in. Like, go, okay, I'm gonna try and see what's up with Enhypen and see if I'm going to like it. Um, okay, so we are on R14. I'm really so happy that there's so many people here. I did not expect this. Let's see if I can see how many people are actually tuned in on, because on the platform that I'm using, I just see everybody. Like, I see everyone that's tuned in on Twitch, YouTube, X, and IG. Okay, let's see. I just want to see how many are actually. But don't be naive. They still claim they are not successful. Okay. Let's see if I have questions here. So there are 607 on YouTube. Is that 607? 617. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Okay. Um Man, this is why I believe those K-pop companies shouldn't be debuting such young people, and J girls are too immature because they can't seem to understand the gravity of upholding a legally binding contract. That, or they were just made to believe that it is that easy. One of those two things. Um, I really want the best for them. I can never wish ill on them, because a part of me still convinced that half or more than half the blame is to the people, the adults around them. I feel like everybody failed them, and that includes Hybe. Like, you're not their parents, Mini Jin, Hybe. Like, why? You should all be putting their welfare in front and center. Like, that should be the priority. But um is Adore looking at adding more? They're conducting a an audition. So they had a call for audition. So, oh my god, the Bio Explorer is here. Familiar names. um Familiar names. My god, at 3:30. Me Too said emotions are not covered in their contracts. If the crew cared about NJ, they wouldn't. Oh wait, okay, I will finish this. If the crew cared about New Jeans, they wouldn't have stayed. They would have stayed to support them, but they wanted to slander Hybe and Adore. That, I think that's one thing that happened, is that they prioritize their hatred for Hybe and Adore more than their concern for the girls. So, when all of this started, if I were in the position of, for example, Min Hee Jin, the first thing that I would want to happen is to make sure that the girls finish the contract. um like, this is my fight, and just because I'm fighting Hype doesn't mean that we will not have a relationship, but I will make sure that they are out of the entire case. But that's not what happened. Okay. um the Bio Explorer said true, but I think it's time to they figure it out. I have a story to share, and maybe that's how I close this, because we're like on hour 18 already. Sakura Kaliko said, listener of him comeback is gonna be hot, pun intended. Mikai TV vlogs, I don't think so. NJ song, it by their own will. Why do they hate Hybe Adore? They gave them a job. I don't know. I mean, what was Hanny's IG story? So I think this all started because this is Annie's story, and it was about her sort of telling Hybe that you miscontextualized the text exchange, my Kakao text message with Minhijin. And she was warning them, like, please stop bothering me, Adore and Hybe. I have a lot to say, but I've held back simply because I don't see the need to escalate this issue any bigger than it already is. But if you think you have the audacity to make even more false assumptions about us than you already have, then I won't stay quiet. That's her story. Um, Hi, I'm from Italy. Thank you for speaking the truth for us. Did you ever think to do a live with So Light TV? You both are my favorite channel. No, I actually don't even watch him. Him, Bora City, and Hi Boy. I don't watch. And then there's another one that you guys keep on mentioning, Game Boy. So only because I don't want, I've mentioned this several times. I don't want to be insecure. I don't want to feel insecure. They you guys mentioned them a lot. So I'm like, they must be so good at what they're doing. I don't want to feel, after watching them, I might feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? So no, I'm just not gonna watch it. So yeah, so no, I haven't watched them. I can definitely do a collaboration. I just don't know how that's gonna happen, given that I don't know what they're what they're doing in their shows, in their YouTube channel. So if we do that, I'll probably have them like, you're gonna have to tell me what you do because I don't watch it. So, I don't even know like their tonality or whatever. Every now and then someone will tell me like, oh, this person said it or whatever. But other than that, I don't watch their channel. I actively avoid it just because, as I've said, I don't want to feel insecure. But I am very, very supportive. I wish them all the best, and I'm cheering for them without having to watch them. How much penalty fees? Their initial estimate is 500,000 each. Not 500,000, 500,000,000 each, 500 million. Guys, I wish you guys are so funny. Veruca Salt said, Fairlane, you're great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But, this is self preservation, people. That's why I don't do this. Wait, I want to share something with you guys. It's so funny. So maybe I can end with this. It's already an hour 21. I know that some of you, it's early morning for some of you, so probably you guys are gonna go to work. But so I dreamt of RM. So this is what happened. So I was watching, and those that are in my Patreon, you would know this because I kept on posting videos of RM yesterday. So I was watching RM's rolling hall performance. Um, and I was able to watch several like clips of that performance, but I've never been able to watch the entire performance. And so yesterday I was finally able to watch it. And so my God, he's so good. RM is so good. So um so that led me to a rabbit hole. And so I just kept on watching other performances, other interviews that he's done and stuff like that. So in other words, my brain was very much RM, uh in sync with RM that yesterday. And so I dreamt of him. Okay, so in my dream, we were in a cafe, and I know this cafe because it's one of my favorites, and it's here in LA. And we were sitting down, and he was wearing exactly whatever he was wearing in the performance, in the rolling hall performance. That's what he was wearing when I was with him. And then his legs were crossed, and he was really very serious, and apparently he was trying to convince me that he should be my bias. And like, so he was really explaining why he should be my bias. He was explaining to me, and he had the PowerPoint presentation. And in my dream, I knew that I was dreaming. So when he was making his points and he was like looking at me, expecting me to answer, I was like, what the hell is your problem? And I said, I don't have to answer that because this is just a dream. I said, I don't have to answer that. I'm not going to respond to you because this is just a dream. So I'm not going to respond to you. And he said, don't change the subject. Like he would say things, how intellectual he is. He was like, that's a red herring. Don't do that to me. You're going to have to respond. You're like being unreasonable. And so he would like really explain it point by point on why he should be my bias. It's like, and I was like, stop it. I said, this is crazy. I said, I'm not going to respond to anything. I'm not, no. I said, I won't respond to you. I will not win an argument against you. So I was really like getting pissed off because he would not leave it alone. And he was like, sit down, because I was going to walk out. And he said, sit down. I'm not done with my presentation. And I was like, how long is this presentation? So we were like fighting. And all because he was trying to convince me that he should be my bias. I don't know how it ended. I knew he was like, I knew that some of the BTS members were actually there, because whenever I would look behind him, he was going like, you see, Jimin walk by, and you got distracted. I need your full attention to this one. So I was like, this is a dream. I said, this is going to be over in any moment now. It's like, I don't have to respond to you. I don't even have to pay attention to you. So that was a dream. Okay. Veruca Salt said, how did you not give in to the dream? It was so funny. It was just, it was so real because I knew it was a dream. So I was like, this is going to be over anytime now. So I'm not going to respond to you. And he was so pissed. He was like, sit down. I was like, why? This is unreasonable. Anyway. Veruca said, I would have said yes in a heartbeat. But I don't have a bias. My bias is whoever is on screen. Like, because a couple of days, like right now, J Hope has a comeback. So if you ask me who's my bias, it's going to be J Hope because he's the one who has an activity. So whoever is on screen, basically, that's my bias. I like them for different things. So like Suga, I really like his overall production. So if, like, for example, if you ask me to choose one member that will write a song for me, I won't be able to choose one. I'll probably choose two or three. Okay, if I do have like a collaboration, um, I will probably ask Sugar to do the beats and to do the beats. I will ask Sugar to do the beats. I'll ask Jimin to do the melody, and then Jungkook and I and Jimin and Sugar will write the lyrics. But then Jungkook, yeah, something like that. So it's different for different people. Um, and even the rapping, like I like them for different things, so I don't have one specific bias. It's just it changes so often. So Jimin and Hobie, biased. These girls are so immature. Multi-stand 95 cent. I finally caught a live. We're about to be done. So I think you missed my wonderful dream. I wish I could just like manifest, not manifest, but project my dream. It's so funny. It's so funny. I can tell you exactly where that dream happened, because as I've said, it's a cafe here in LA. It's one of my favorites, and I knew where we were sitting down. So yeah. He was so pissed, and so was I. Did you see that Jin is gonna do a live playing in the song? Really? Oh, hmm. When will your next live be? I'm supposed to do one just for my Patreon subscribers. I was planning to do it tomorrow. It's just that a friend of mine from the Philippines is here to visit, so I might do it Saturday or Sunday. I will announce it, but like the general live, it's going to be Monday. Um, Bicrocosmos. OT7 biased, but RM is the one that pulled me in. I'm not surprised. He's so good in that performance in Rolling Hall. Rolling Hall. OT7 bias, but RM is the one that pulled me in. Okay. Why are you always arguing with I don't know. Because you're always pissing me off. I wasn't arguing with him. He was the one arguing with me. I just kept on telling him that I do not need to answer any of his questions because it's actually I don't need to respond to anything he was saying because it was a dream. So it's like this is gonna be over. This is not real anyway, so I'm not gonna respond to you. And it's pissing him off. um what if you met me on the astral plane and you rejected arm soul no? Oh. Hmm. Aren't they doing false assumptions about hype and taking things out of context? Who? You mean you're talking about the New Jeans case? Yes, they are. That I mean, of course it's all up to the court to decide, but yes, they are. One-sided argument. Much love from Cape Town, South Africa. Hello, South Africa. Are you guys okay there? Sugar engine bias, but there are five bias wreckers. Okay. All right. It's an hour and a half, and I'm sure that many of I need to sleep. I still need to work tomorrow. I do have an interview tomorrow too. So thank you for being here. As I've said, I did not expect that you guys are going to be here, but I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, the Bio Explorer. Bye, everybody. And I hope to see you in my next live. And please, I am begging you to join us in Patreon if you aren't yet a member of the Patreon community. Please, it's not working. Okay. So yeah, please join us in Patreon, and please follow me on X, and please like the video. Please like the video. Click like. Like it. Click click. Thank you. Bye.